morning. Dear educators, my name is Nancy, as introduced. I head the institutional engagement team at Univariety, an edtech organization that helps schools set up guidance systems, and I'm not going to tell you what kinds yet. I am truly humbled being among such eminent educationists such as you all. And many of you here have actually set up schools. You've set up new curriculums. And you all would agree that a school is not only about classrooms and books. The school is about the experiences that your teachers bring in to make the curriculum come alive. Now, imagine a school with freshly minted teachers that are fresh graduates or PhDs with no experience at all. Imagine a world as black and white and as theoretical as that. A lot of you must have recruited teachers from different geographies across the country, across the world, in order to bring in a global perspective to the education you want to provide to your students. Now, we all have a wealth of experience that we're not currently being able to bring into the classroom. And I am here today to talk about this wealth. This wealth belongs to you. This wealth has been nurtured by you all from kindergarten right until grade 12. Any guesses what this wealth is? I am talking about your alumni, the seeds that you have sown. And the question is, are you being able to reap it? I'm going to show a couple of examples to explain the wealth of information and how it can be used. These are real-life case studies from two students from our partnered schools. Let's start with talking about Ananya. Ananya is a student of one of our partnered schools who studied really hard to prepare for her SAT. She aspired to study in the US only, so she applied to a bunch of colleges in the US. Like most Indian students, she could not afford the full fee of the colleges that she was aspiring to study in, so naturally she did try whatever she could to get a scholarship. Fantastically enough, she got a scholarship of $132,000 at the University of Denver. But Ananya did not join the University of Denver. And she took a gap year. Little did she know that there are hidden costs that are beyond the scholarships. There was an additional fees in this case of about 10 lakhs that her parents had to pay, and they could not afford it. All other colleges, this is the best scholarship she got, so she could not basically take admission in any other college, and she ended up dropping a year. Now, imagine if Ananya did not place all her eggs in one basket. Imagine if Ananya had somebody who could advise her of these hidden implicit costs. You as educationists, or we as educationists, know that when you study abroad, no education is free, even if it's at 100% scholarship. The other people who know this is somebody who's gone through this drill, and that is your alumni. Imagine if Ananya had somebody who had gone through this drill recently and could share their first-hand experience with her and advise her to have some backup options in India. Ananya would not have dropped a year. The second example that I'm going to be talking about is another student called Debang. Debang is a 96% scorer who aspires to study in IIT. This is a student who passed out in 2017 from one of our schools in North India. Debang did not clear the IIT JEE exam the first attempt, like most students don't. And as most students do, he got compelled with the trend of the rest of the batch, and he dropped a year in order to begin preparing for the uphill climb again, which he did. He joined JEE coaching again with all hopes to make it this time. And little did Debang know that only 3% of students who appear for the IITs the second time around make it through. But this time, Debang learned from his mistakes the last year, And when he dropped the year, he made sure that he applied to other colleges as well. Debang is now studying at VIT. He did not, unfortunately, make it to the IITs in the second round around, but he did not waste another year. Now imagine if Debang could connect with a senior of his school, and if he could understand that only 6% of students who apply to the IITs make it in the first and the second attempt put together, Debang would not have lost a year. Debang would have known how to create backup options. He would have known what are the other colleges that he could apply for, looking at the experiences that his seniors have gone through. About 400 schools across the country we studied last year, and we saw that the drop rate, can anybody guess what the dropout percentage is of schools in India typically like each year? Just a wild guess. It's 24%. 24% of our students drop out each year. These are students that get dropped because they did not get the right guidance primarily. Now, you all have stories like this, like Debang's and like Ananya's in your school. Every year, students drop out. Imagine if you could bring the experiences of your alumni to your classrooms, to your students, and provide students the right guidance to make an informed decision regarding their careers. Excuse me. At the moment, we are wasting this wealth of experiences that we have. There is a unique real solution that is possible in order for us to bring this wealth of experiences back to our classroom and to our students. And I would like to say it is the Univariety alumni system, which allows students in your school to look for seniors across the globe from their school and connect with them at the click of a button. I would like to now play a video, which is a video again of one of our alumni from a partnered school, just to give you a glimpse of the kind of guidance and wealth of experience these seniors and alumni bring back to the classroom and to their students. Can we have the AV, please?
As a student, I can always tell my juniors that there are 3 ways to go about it. Number 1, good branch and good college. Number 2, good college and a bad branch or maybe an okay branch. Third, bad college and a good branch. So for me, a good college and an okay branch worked because I got economics plus civil engineering along with the tag of BITS Pilani. But if you're going with VIT, of course, you should go with a good branch, that is computer science, because there is a lot of scope in the IT sector nowadays, and it will increase more and more in future. So if not BITS, I might have chosen VIT, but I might have given a thought to drop out also and prepare one more year for IIT or maybe some other good college.
Click on the link mentioned below to connect with your seniors.
Now, that was about bringing your wealth back to your classroom from your alumni. When I started this presentation, we also spoke about the teachers in the classroom bringing their wealth of experience back to the classroom. In addition to experiences from alumni, experiences shared by teachers are equally important. Imagine if teachers could have real career conversations with students in the classroom. If teachers could identify what are a student's strong subjects and careers stemming from these strong subjects or strengths that students have, students today would be ready for a career and not just a job. I'm sure you'd all agree, in fact, many of the students, I'd say give and take about 40 to 50% of the students, after studying a particular subject in their undergrad, they switch careers. It's because they're not preparing for a career, they're preparing for a job. It's because they're not getting better at what they're already good at. Imagine if your teachers could identify what you're good at and get better at it. Today I would like to say, my father always told me, if you want to become a carpenter, become a carpenter. Be an architect, but then create Neverland. Many of you would know Neverland is the land created by Michael Jackson's architect. So get better on what you're already good at. And those are the kind of experiences that teachers can bring in only if they're able to recognize them. The Global Career Catalyst Program for teachers, in collaboration with University of California, Los Angeles, brings a whole different perspective and dimension to teacher experiences that can be brought back to the classroom. I would like to conclude with the topic of my presentation, which is hidden stories in each graduating batch. The depth of alumni and teacher experiences is perhaps the missing link towards helping students take informed decisions. The reason why I call these missing stories is because we all know them. We all know about our stories that are our hidden stories, but we sweep them under the carpet somewhere. Because we all like to boast and talk about the success stories of our schools. Imagine if you could convert each of these hidden stories into success stories for your future batches. You will have many more success stories to talk about. These stories are going to be learning experiences, and the next batch will avoid making the same mistakes. Let's not let them be hidden stories of the next batch also. Let them only be hidden stories of your previous batch. Thank you so much.